All right, guys. So today is Thursday, September 28th, 2023, and we're looking at SPX, SPY, SPX, very similar. Um, the reason why we're looking at SPX is because my chart on SPX is just a little bit cleaner. SPY has a lot of levels because that's mainly what I trade. SPX is a little bit cleaner, but nonetheless, we're going to dive into this. So today, I did not place any trades. I did not make any money today. I did not like what the market was presenting today. Was not a fan of it. I did not like the price action. And for that reason, I sat out. Didn't place any trades, but nonetheless, I will go through the day with you. And I will explain where you could have taken a trade. But obviously, there would have been some risk involved with that trade. Hence why I didn't take any trades today. So let's begin. So this red candle right here was the final candle of yesterday. By the way, this is the 1 hour time frame. So as we were discussing yesterday, we finished off the day with a higher low. And what I said was, because we were following this trend structure for so long, making consistent lower lows and higher lows on the 1 hour, I basically said to you guys that there's a possibility that tomorrow we find another lower low on the 1 hour. I said that was a very high possibility that we could see a lower low tomorrow. Well, today is tomorrow, and as you can see, we did not have a lower low. We actually had somewhat of a reversal and a trend change confirmation. Now, the market is still live, so the market is still open. It is 11:54 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So the market is open for another hour and 6 minutes, give or take. So I did not place any trades today, and I'm not planning to do so either. And I'll explain why. So first of all, like I said, I trade the 1 hour time frame and the 50-minute time frame. I trade the 50-minute time frame, and I use the 1 hour time frame for confirmation. Okay? And the 15 vice versa as well. But what I'm looking to see is that both time frames are confluent with one another. So on the 1 hour time frame here, we failed to make a lower low. Instead, what we made is we made a lower high. Okay, so this candle, this green candle here at 6:30 was the first candle of the day. And as you can see, it's a green candle creating a lower high. So this signified to me that there's a possibility of a trend change. Okay, this isn't a trend change confirmation, but it's a possibility that we have a trend change. So right after that, we followed through with a big green candle and another one. And then finally, we topped off and created a red candle at 9:30, creating a brand new higher high. So once this higher high was created, okay, what this told me, this higher high basically told me that, okay, this is definitely a trend change confirmation, because not only did we have now a lower high at 6:30, at the 6:30 candle, but now we also have a higher high at the 8:30 candle. Okay, this candle closed at 9:30, followed that up with a red candle. Okay, and at 10:30, we finished that off with another green candle, making a second lower high. So at this point, it's very obvious that the trend has changed. We are now in an uptrend on the 1 hour time frame as opposed to a downtrend like yesterday. And this price action definitely suggests that. And for that reason, I've been only looking at taking calls today. Okay, so only looking at taking calls, not puts, not like yesterday and Tuesday. So this trend change confirmation really explains to me and tells me, okay, the buyers have been in control today. The price is going up. And right at 6:30, as you can see, we had a pretty large wick from above, but we failed to close above the previous higher low. So for that reason, right, although we did have a lower high, we did not have a higher high. So at 7:30, when this candle closed, we were still below the previous higher low. So there was a possibility that we still could have dropped. Okay, and for that reason, I didn't take any trades. I waited. I was patient. If, however, this was a lower high, great. If this candle at 6:30 closed above the previous higher low, preferably above this daily level, okay, at 4285.95, if we closed above that with the bullish engulfing, not only would we have had a lower high, but we would have had a higher high on the same candle. This would have given me a lot better confirmation to get into a trade. And then what I would have done is I would have zoomed into the 50-minute time frame to look for an entry. Okay, look for an entry in the 15 to confirm my bias to the upside and enter in calls. Unfortunately, this candle closed short and it closed below the higher low. I didn't like seeing that because at this point, this is not a higher high, right? This is still considered below the previous low, higher low. So in that regard, I was patient. I wanted to make sure that we made that higher high. So at 7:30, we continued to climb and we closed at 8:30. At this point, at 8:30, when we closed, I was like, okay, definitely higher high, definitely trend change confirmation. So at this point, when this candle closed at 8:30, I was looking for calls. I was looking for an entry, okay, to ride to the upside even further. Now, in the 15-minute time frame, based off my strategy, we were not presented any opportunities, and this is why I didn't enter. So at 7:30, that big green candle, although this candle would have presented a nice trade, okay, right at 7:30, you could have entered in at 7:45, and you could have rode up and used these three levels as targets. The issue at this level is at 7:30, we had just opened up a brand new 1-hour candle. And at that point in time, we were still below the previous higher low. And at that point, we had not made a higher high on the 1 hour. So until we make that trend change, confirmation on the 1 hour, to me, it was risky taking this trade because technically at this point, it was a counter trend trade on the 1 hour. And I was not going to risk it. So I sat out. Okay. So we went up and we kept climbing. As you can see, the 1 hour or the 50-minute time frame had several green candles in a row without a single red. Okay. Now, at this point in time, a lot of people would have been trapped right here. So this looks really nice for an entry, right? You have a red candle followed with a nice bullish engulfing candle with the break of the resistance. This could have been a very good trade. However, if we look at the 1 hour time frame, because at this point, this is now 9:30 when this candle closes. At 9:30, we had 3 red candles in a row, and at this point, we're very overextended on the 1 hour time frame. Very overextended. As you can see, the 9 EMA is way below, very far away, and when the 9 EMA is this far away, I'm very careful of taking continuations, especially when we're that far away from the 9 EMA. So with that being said, we had that high, we had the higher high confirmed, and then we started getting this red candle form, and the red candle was expected, right? Because at some point, we do need to make a lower high on the 1 hour before we can go ahead and make another higher high. So that's exactly what we did. We made a lower high on the 1 hour candle at 9:30. This candle closed at 10:30, and then at 10:30 we had a nice green candle confirming the brand new lower high, right? And one could suggest, okay, now that this candle closed green at 10, this candle closed at 11:30, so half an hour ago. One could suggest that, okay, now that this candle closed and it closed green, confirming a lower high, one could suggest that we're going to go for another higher high now. In this case, if we do in fact go for a higher high, my target would be this daily level up here at 432.867. And then right after that, the gap fill at 433.7. That would be my targets, both. Okay. Now, what I would be looking for to get into this trade, because now we're definitely in an uptrend on the 1 hour. It's a confirmed uptrend. Okay. On the 15-minute time frame, what I would be looking for is a very large bullish engulfing candle showing that there's a lot of buyers in the market, there's a lot of volume, and there's a lot of volatility. I'd be looking for volatility because I want to see a move to the upside for a higher high relatively quickly. Now, as you can see here, this candle has 30 minutes left to close. And by the looks of it, it's not going to make a higher high. It's instead going to make a higher low. And if that's the case, it kind of fucks up our analysis, because what this is going to suggest is that, okay, we have a higher low now instead of a higher high, so we could potentially have a lower low now, right? So we could potentially see a drop down back to this level right here at 4281 area. That's where we could see another move down to, or even this daily level at 4285, which is more likely. So now, especially if this candle closes the way that it is right now, I would not be interested in taking any trades whatsoever, because now we have a very mixed bias, right? We're not necessarily bullish or bearish. We're just chopping. I don't trade chop. I don't trade consolidation. I trade trends. I trade movement in either the upside or the downside. So on the 50-minute time frame, what I'd want to see here over the next 30 minutes is a very large bullish engulfing candle to the upside, breaking above this daily and breaking above all of these other candles. And I would want to see the volume far exceed any of the previous candles to the upside, showing me that buyers are well fully in control. And then at that point, there would be a possibility that we could go for a higher high. But with the market closing in less than an hour, I probably am not going to make any trades. I'm more than likely going to sit out for the rest of the day. And I'm going to monitor what happens overnight in the overnight session on ES, and I will make a decision tomorrow and potentially trade tomorrow. So we will have to wait and see. By the looks of it right now, what I can see and what I can tell you is it looks like we're going to fail to make a higher high on the 1 hour, and instead we're going to make a higher low and then potentially even a lower low. Who knows? So at this point in time, with the way the market looks, to me, it looks like we're sideways. And when the market is sideways, the best thing you can do is just sit out and not trade at all. Protect your capital and wait and be patient. Remember, patience is a huge thing in the market that people have to master, as well as greed and fear. Don't be fearful, don't be greedy, and be patient. That was it, guys. I made no trades today. I just wanted to share that with you. I hope you find this helpful, and I hope you found this useful. If you have any questions or concerns, or you'd like to trade with me live, or you'd want us to make a special request for a video, I'd be more than happy to hear. Let me know in the comments below. Other than that, thank you and have yourself a wonderful day.